Hello, and welcome to Frag Radio, episode 6. Today's guest is a man with many hats. He's the co-owner of Doc Spartan, co-founder of Team Some Assembly Required. He's the owner of PSKC CrossFit Gym and the owner of Third and Court. Our guest today is Dale King. Welcome, Dale.
What's up, man? Thank you for having me on, brother.
I appreciate you coming on. So why don't we just go ahead and kick it off and just tell us who you are.
So my name is Dale. I'm a proud Army veteran. I served from 03 to 07, and during that time, I was in OIF 3 and 4. From there, I got out, and around 07, came back home to my small town community in Portsmouth, Ohio. A few years later, I opened up a small warehouse gym. It's called PSKC, Portsmouth Spartan Kettlebell Club. And that was 2010, and that was my first foray into the business world. Never having a business background or anything like that, I loved working out, and I loved watching the change it had on people, especially here in my hometown. A few years after that, my good buddy and I, Derek Carver, we opened up a nonprofit called Team Some Assembly Required, and that in the same vein of the fitness world. We worked with veteran and civilian adaptive athletes, so men and women who are missing arms or legs or a combination thereof, who still get after it in fitness-based sports and in life in general. So we wanted a way to build an organization to help train, fund, and equip these guys to kind of kick ass around the world. And then a few years after that, another business partner and I, Renee Wallace, we opened up and founded Doc Spartan. That was actually 2 years ago now, summer 2015. And that's probably what we're most famous for, being that we were on Shark Tank a couple of months ago. And for shits and gigs after that, I started doing a podcast, and now have another small company here in my hometown called Third and Court that kind of sells vintage T-shirts to the folks here in Portsmouth.
That's awesome, man. And to top it all off, if that wasn't enough, all right, you had 2 babies recently as well, correct?
Yeah, man. My twins they'll be 3 months on July 6th, and oh man, they're Colt and Elizabeth. Their mom's with them right now upstairs, trying to get them to go to bed, but they're a blessing.
Man. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, congratulations. That's awesome. So if anybody has kids, they know how much work that is.
Yeah,
Twins, and that's a ton of work. And then you got 4 or 5 other things going on. Yeah, I appreciate you coming on, man. I appreciate you taking the time. It's a lot.
No, man. Thanks for having me, brother. It means a lot.
No, that's awesome. So you started with the CrossFit gym, right? You're still doing that, still going strong, and that's really serving the Portsmouth area, right?
Yeah. So it's Portsmouth is like 20,000 person town. It's 90 miles south of Columbus and 90 miles southeast of Cincinnati. So it's right on the Ohio River, and it's a real kind of old school small town.
Oh, that's awesome. It's very cool. So, how did Team Some Assembly Required? Like, how'd you guys come up with the idea for it, and like how many athletes? Let's talk about that. Like how many athletes you have, and like what events you guys do, because I know you guys do a lot with that.
Yeah. So before Derek Carver became an internet phenomenon, he was he and I were college buddies at Capital University back in the day, and I was a few years older than him, and I had already transitioned out of the military, and he was still in. And this is 2010. He got hit by a rocket in Afghanistan as a patrol leader, or as a platoon leader in the 82nd. And so as he was getting flown back in the States at Walter Reed, I was working for the Department of Energy at the time, and I just happened to be in the DC area. And so I got to see him pretty recent as soon as he got flown back in. And that was, as you can imagine, seeing one of your good buddies flown right off the battlefield, missing an entire leg, the rest of his body pretty much shot up and battle scars all over the place. It was a pretty emotional event for me, let alone all the stuff he was going through. So was able to be there with him, see him through that, and then be alongside as he, now for the next year or two went through surgeries and blood transfusions, and before he was actually medically retired from the Army. And so essentially when he got out, he was kind of really struggling on what he was going to do next. And now that I had owned and operated a gym for a few years, I said, hey, dude, if I can do it, you can do it. So gave him some tips and tricks on how to get a gym up and going. And one of those was competing in a CrossFit competition. And it was the first time ever that an adaptive athlete had ever competed against able-bodied CrossFitters. So we did that at the Arnold Classic, and people really loved that. They really took to it. And then the next year, we were asked to see if we could get a team of adaptive athletes, 3 men and 3 women, and nothing like that had ever been done. So we figured, why the hell not? We'll give it a shot. And they asked us what a team name was, and Derek came up with the idea, Team Some Assembly Required. Obviously due to all the prosthetics and all the contraptions you got to have to be able to get after it and do cool stuff like that. So that's kind of how Derek and I got the organization up and going. And from there, we've been around for a couple of years now. We have anywhere from 20 to 25 men and women on the roster. And we just like to be a part of cool events with cool people and be able to get our guys out and showcase their talents, not only from a competitive standpoint, but more importantly to show America, there's no excuse for you not to be living a whole and fulfilled life regardless of your circumstance. So we do stuff at Arnold Classic. We do stuff with Wes Whitlock down in Austin, Texas. We do stuff with Sornex. It basically kind of anything that people reach out to us and we're able to raise funds to get our guys out there, we'll go out and we'll compete at it.
That's awesome, man. And those guys that are competing, they're killing it. It's awesome. Like I had Earl Granville. I don't know if you know.
Yeah.
Ran the Boston Marathon, this last one, and he's killing it, man. It's awesome to see these guys. They go through the struggle and they find that home in the CrossFit community or just in the fitness community.
Yep.
And they're killing it, man. It's great.
Earl's a great guy, and he's into all kinds of stuff. We got, it's more than just CrossFit. I mean, that's our base because that's what Derek and I were both affiliate owners. But powerlifting, Olympic lifting, strongman, obstacle course racing, endurance sports, we're open to anybody who wants to go out there and get after it.
Yeah, that's so cool. That's so cool. And then, so you guys started that, and then you started with partner Doc Spartan.
Yeah. So that all came together. Renee was a longtime member of the gym, and she just kind of on her own, she was making all natural lotions and creams, and she was selling those to the female members at the gym, and they loved it. They got all kinds of rave reviews, and so I just kind of approached her one day and I said, hey, owning a gym, people are constantly ripping their hands or banging their shins or, there's some kind of rip tear wound going on at all times. Now with the guys and girls on Team SAR, it's times 10 because when you take a limb and you jam that into a socket, imagine all the wear and tear that's going to get on the limb. Lots of blisters, lots of cuts, lots of scrapes, especially if, imagine if you're a below the knee amputee and you're running a 5K, there's going to be some wear and tear on that nub. So I approached her and said, hey, is there a way that you could try to come up with some sort of all natural first aid salve or ointment or cream or something that we could sell to the members of the gym and give to the guys on SAR and because I know they're struggling with that. And so, dude, she whipped some stuff up in her kitchen. We had a couple prototypes, and then we just our test market was the people at the gym. We just gave it out to them and said, hey, test this out. Let us know if you like it, if you don't like it, what it works for, what it doesn't work on. And a couple of days later, the feedback we got was pretty incredible. how fast it worked, the relief that it was providing, and all the different kind of stuff they were using it for, whether it was a rip on their hands. Some people were saying they used it to heal their tattoos. Some people were using it on diaper rash, and we were all kind of getting the same results. So I figured we had something good on our hands, and just social media really got a hold of it, and it kind of went like wildfire from there.
That's awesome. And yeah, you did take Doc Spartan to Shark Tank as well, which I definitely saw. It was pretty cool. You rocked out your Ranger panties or silky,
Yeah.
you can call them, your American flag ones, and it was pretty awesome. So why don't you tell us a little bit about that experience, how that went for you?
Yeah, we were we were in the shop one day, and an email comes in. Email comes in from a guy named Max, and it was from a Gmail account. So he said he was a producer at Shark Tank and saw us on social media and thought we'd be a good fit. So I immediately thought the guy was messing with me. Thought he was a buddy of mine, was prank or trying to catfish me, basically.
Right.
But so I ended up Googling the guy, and there's a picture of him holding 2 Emmys. So I thought, oh, okay, well this might be legit. So he kind of asked us to apply, which was cool because there's like 40 to 50,000 people a year that go through the website and apply that way. Wow. And by him asking us to apply for the show, it kind of put us ahead of all those people. And so we didn't want to screw it up, so we put together a cool little casting video, answered all their questions, submitted it in. And it was like step after step after step, and then before we knew it, we were being flown out to Hollywood to go into Shark Tank.
Oh, that's awesome. So, as far as like actually going on Shark Tank, like how was it? Like you guys went out there, and then like I hear that like when you go in there initially, like they make you stand there for a couple minutes, like in dead silence. Is that true?
Oh yeah, it's absolutely true. There's Shark Tank, what you see on TV with the music, and it's all edited, and it's put together a nice little package. But as the entrepreneur going in there, all the TV show cares about is making good TV.
Right.
They don't care how successful, how much sales, how little sales. They want to be able to go and put together a good clip for TV, and the more people that watch it, the higher their ratings are, and the whole deal. So that was the main reason I went out there and rocked the American flag Ranger panties, because I knew regardless of what happened, it would at least be memorable if I had some Ranger panties on going in there. So yeah, man. So you and it's true. The sharks don't know anything about you until you walk out in there. You're getting mic'd up, and next thing you know, you hear the 3, 2, 1, and the doors open up, and you walk out there and you hit your mark, and it's anywhere from 30 seconds to 90 seconds that you're just standing there. They tell you to say anything, and they're it's trying to do a little psychological intimidation factor, but they're also they have to set up the lighting and the cameras and the whole deal. So I'm literally standing there in my underwear for about a minute and a half, and then some guy off to your right or left just yells go, and then you got to deliver your pitch, and then it's on from there.
Oh, that's awesome. So you did end up getting a deal, correct?
Yeah, we got a deal. We landed a deal with Robert, and it's been awesome, man.
So how is it like after you sign the deal, right? Now you're filming beforehand, and then X amount of time passes, and then it actually airs. So the deal already happened. You're already working with him. Did he set up like a team to work with you? Do you work directly with him?
Yeah. So the way the whole timeline for us went, around March, we ended up getting contacted, emailed to go on the show, and then went through the whole process. We actually filmed a year ago in June. And so right then and there, according to how the airing went, if you got a deal or didn't get a deal. And it's a handshake deal on the show, because that's the other thing. Like you're in front of the sharks for anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour and a half, depending on how long the pitch goes. and that's all the time the Sharks know about you. So you shake hands with them, and then they'll immediately like send some of their people from their team out to say hello and let you know about the next steps and the whole deal. But you're signed to strict NDAs and confidentiality agreements because the show can't. You're not even supposed to let anybody know you went out there.
Right.
We were lucky in the fact that they aired us on the season promo, which was the 1st of September. So the cat was kind of out of the bag after that, but we didn't air until February. So from June until February, you got to keep all this deal or no deal stuff under wraps, and
Right.
but they assign you somebody on their team, and they're there to kind of walk you through everything, help you out, make sure, answer any questions. It basically try to put you in the most successful position you can be for when the show actually does air.
Right. So now you're talking about setting you up for success. How much? I mean, you were successful before the show aired, but once it aired, how was it as far as like from a business end? How much boost did you get in your business just from that episode airing?
Yeah. So we got to keep in mind, like for us, Renee and I, we never created Doc Spartan to be big of anything. It was just something cool to do. It was a nice kind of side gig for Renee and I. We weren't really relying on it. She had another full-time job, and I had another full-time job. It was just something cool to do, and it was a product that helped people out. So we never were really trying to push it anywhere to make it very big. And we were just kind of, happy with any success that it was having. So to give you some sort of framework, basically the year before going on to Shark Tank, we did around, let's say, 2,000 to 2,200 orders. That's orders were received and we pushed out.
Right.
The week after the Shark Tank episode aired, we did 4,200 orders within 5 or 6 days. So we basically doubled the previous year's sales in a week after Shark Tank aired. So it's been great, man. It's been busy. It's been nuts. You learn a lot. It's been an incredible experience, and it's cool to see like every week leads to something new, a different opportunity. That we're just very blessed to have gone on the show, got a deal, and especially got a deal with Robert.
Yeah, that's phenomenal. Doing great things there, man. And
Yeah.
you're doing more, like Doc Spartan does more than just the cream. Like you have your combat ointment,
Yeah.
And then you have deodorants.
Yeah, we have deodorants, we have soaps, we have shower scrubs. We kind of have we have coffee mugs, kind of like a little apparel line, lifestyle line too. So we're an all natural skincare company, and what we wanted was there's a lot of stuff that we make. There was two things. We wanted stuff to be all natural. We wanted it to be safe, and we wanted it to be stuff that we could make here in my hometown.
Right.
And then that's the background behind the products, but it was stuff that guys like myself would use. I'm not going to, use kind of the hippie stuff out there. If the product needs to work, it needs to be all natural, and it needs to be marketed appropriately. So we knew there was some space, some opportunity in the market for that stuff. And, our combat ready ointment, our all natural first aid stuff is definitely our flagship product. But once you come on the site, you can see we have all kinds of stuff for both men and women. And, we market for the hard charger, the go-getter, the folks who live life aggressively.
Yeah, that's awesome. I actually had bought some combat ointment. Was using it mainly on my kids, and
Yeah.
how often the kids get hurt.
Yeah, man.
My daughter got a hold of it, and now I have to order a new one because I don't know what she did.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, kids are boo boo central, man, and it's cool because we get a lot of kids who now know to run to the medicine cabinet and ask for the Doc Spartan. So that definitely makes our day.
And if anybody wants to find it out there, the website, I got to post it up online right here. And I'll also post links to everything once this ends in our in all the comments below. So if anybody wants to find out anything about Dale King and all the things he's doing, those will definitely be there.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, just for you guys to listen, I'm going to do this right now, but if you enter the code FRAG OUT, we'll give you guys 20% off.
Awesome. I'm going to go use that right after here.
There you go, brother.
Yeah, use the code FRAG OUT and get 20% off. Anybody watching? So
and it's funny, we were just talking about all the Shark Tank stuff. We just found out our episode is rerunning this Friday. So the episode, brand new episode. If you didn't get to see it, it's going to be on ABC this Friday at 9 p.m. We're pumped about it because it's the episode right before 4th of July, and we're out there rocking our Ranger panty American flag shorts. And so if you didn't get a chance to watch it this Friday, and let us know what you think. And then you guys definitely be sure to use the code FRAGOUT for 20% off anything in the store.
That's awesome. So this Friday, definitely going to check that out again. Now you're actually selling the American Flag Ranger panties too, as well, right?
That's another funny story, man. I went on, of course, and then the company's called Built on Athletics, and I don't even remember how I got a hold of these shorts to begin with, but afterwards they reached out to us, and they loved it, because they got a boost in sales from it, and it was some good marketing for them. So we figured out a way that basically we became a wholesaler for them. So now you can get some American Flag Ranger panties on our website now, man.
Absolutely. With the 4th of July coming up, everybody should be getting those now.
4th of July coming up, and they're made in America, so that's a win-win.
Perfect. Absolutely. So now, with all that going on, like, that is so much work for you. Now you launched Third and Court. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so Third and Court is it's kind of a collective. There's 4 of us, and we all own equal ownership in it. And basically, like I said, we're from that small town, and a lot of people, although there's only the population is only about 20,000 people, a lot of people were born and raised there and have gone off to bigger cities. But there was really no apparel company at all who made T-shirts dedicated to some of only the inside jokes you would get in our small town. So we launched Third and Court, and that's just something all these lessons I've learned throughout the last 7 years. We've able to take those and put those together on the 4-person team that we have. We have a great designer. He's awesome. His name's Connor Sherman. He does all of our kind of cool designs. We basically take old Portsmouth designs that were funny or only people in Portsmouth would understand, put them on a T-shirt, put some sort of humorous spin to them, and launch them out. And it's kind of cool that we basically sold out of our first 2 designs, and we sell everything out of where Doc Spartan is, and that's on the corner of 3rd and Court here in Portsmouth.
That's awesome, man. I can't believe how much work you got. I don't think if you don't own a business, I tell you what, that is so much work that he's got on his plate right there.
Oh yeah, it is. I mean, don't get me wrong, it is, but between Doc Spartan and PSKC, we've got 15 people on staff. So I just kind of come up with crazy stuff to do, and they all look at me like I'm an idiot, and then we end up doing it, and it's just they end up getting it done, man. So that's really basically the only reason it works, is because of the great folks around me that make it happen day after day.
That's awesome, man. Definitely killing it. So, and I definitely love the small town, thing that you're bringing to the table. It's awesome. So let's go through and tell everybody where they can find you. Obviously, Doc Spartan. You can go there. The URL's right there. Copy it and go check it out.
Yep.
Heavily required. Now, you guys, there's a URL right there. people can actually make donations there, correct?
Yeah. We are a full-on 501c3, so you can donate directly to the website, and you get a cool little tax write-off for that. And there is this is a truly legitimate nonprofit. I don't take a salary from it. Derek doesn't take a salary from it. All the money comes in goes right back out to the athletes. So no one is sitting somewhere making a salary off this thing. It's everything that comes into it goes right back out to the team.
That's awesome. And I know you guys got some cool shirts, so definitely go check that out as well.
Yeah.
On there. And then you have your CrossFit gym. If anybody wants to check that out, you're going traveling. Yeah. Definitely stop in there. And then Third and Court.
Yeah, man.
Anybody from there or just wants to support the cause, go check out the website and definitely hook them up.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you saw that come across the screen. Kelly here, my daughter has Doc Spartan in her backpack. It goes with her when she gets hurt, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, thanks, Kelly. Yeah, it's such a rewarding business. You want to be able to have a business that's profitable. You want to have a business that makes a good product and it does good things for people. So it's incredibly rewarding. It's just like owning a gym, being able to hear the feedback on all the stuff that people are doing and how it's provided improvement to their quality of life. And it's definitely the same thing with Doc Spartan when, we get messages all the time that, hey, I've been struggling with this affliction for however long, and this has been the only stuff that actually provides some sort of relief and helps me out. So we love hearing stuff like that. So our customers to us mean everything, and that's the sole reason we exist, to support those guys.
Yeah, that's awesome. So you're definitely doing stuff local, and you're doing stuff nationally with Doc Spartan and Team Some Assembly Required. And this show is to showcase veterans doing awesome things, which you are doing. So
thank you, man.
Since you're at that place, you made it there. What any advice you have for veterans or active duty members thinking about getting out that that may want to start their own business or want to start a nonprofit, get involved in the community, and get to where you're at? Any advice for them?
I mean, I get some of the advice would be don't figure out exactly how you're going to make money. Figure out how you're going to give value first. So figure out how you're going to give value and figure out how you yourself are going to be happy doing something. A veteran knows more than anyone else what it's like to serve and to, in some cases, sacrifice a lot. And you also incredibly know how fragile life can be. So there's no sense in spending the rest of your life doing something you dislike. So provide value, and everybody has a gift somewhere. Provide value with that, and then just start. You have all the tools at your disposal, whether you realize it or not now. What you're lacking is probably the technical expertise in the business side. And guess what? Read a book. You can learn that. But you can't learn teamwork, and you can't learn camaraderie, and you can't learn hard work. That's what the military has given you. Take that, start, go give value, because the only way we're going to make any change is through small business and through commerce. And now it's our job to go make that happen.
That's great advice. Great advice. And when you say, just for those people that may not know, when you talk about value to a product, we're talking about make it worth something to somebody. If you create something, if you just create a straight up bar of soap that anybody can buy, 1,000 people are making the exact same bar of soap. Doesn't bring value. But now if you make it all natural and there's only 2 people making it, now you've brought that value to the table. So exactly what you said, man. It's got to be valuable to people.
Right. People are searching for that. People, when people spend money on a product, they're voting with their dollars.
Absolutely.
And people are tired of voting for big time corporations who are faceless, nameless, and don't do any good. They want to be able to support In our case, we're very fortunate. We're a veteran-owned company, and we're producing, making, labeling, shipping everything in our small town. So if you know that story and you go to buy, and there's several all-natural deodorants and there's several all-natural first aid liniments out there. But if you know our story, you're gonna willing to vote with your dollars for our company, and that's what you as a veteran you don't just think about you're gonna produce some commodity and then take all the profits and make yourself rich. You want to be able to do good with the money that people are entrusting with you, and that's what they want to be able to support.
That's great advice. That's phenomenal. So definitely, everybody go check out Doc Spartan. Go check out all the things that Dale is doing, and I'll post them once again in the comment section. So click on the links. Go check them out. Use Frag out for 20% off Doc Spartan.
Yep.
Dale, thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you.
Having you on, man.
Yeah, thanks a lot, man.
So the offers out there. Anything, you got something going on again? Big announcements, anything you want to come back on? The door's open for you, brother.
Hey, man, I really appreciate that.
Not a problem. So everybody out there, thank you for tuning in. Go check out Dale's stuff, and tune in next time. Thank you.